This tutorial is about training and evaluation outlines and why they're important to the training management process. Here's the definition of what a T&EO is. The most important thing to remember is that training and evaluation outlines are proponent-developed and reflect the minimum Army standard to attain proficiency in both collective and individual tasks. The bottom line is, if you're not training, evaluating, and assessing tasks using T&EOs, the soldier or unit is not meeting the Army standard for that particular task. As the unit trains and executes training events, leaders and observer controllers watch and evaluate the training using T&EOs. At every level, leaders aggregate these results from section to squad to platoon and ultimately to the command team level for the final assessment of whether that task is trained, needs practice, or continues to be untrained. This feedback is provided at the weekly company training meeting. The process that feeds the results of T&EOs back to the unit leadership for assessment is called bottom-up feedback. It's not the only means of providing the command team feedback, but T&EOs are an important tool that ensures soldiers and units are meeting the Army standard for the task being trained. For the purposes of this video, we'll show you how to get to T&EOs using the Army Training Network. There's also a tutorial feature on Unit Training Management, UTM, and the NCO corner on ATN that will walk you through the numerous ways you can get to a training and evaluation outline. Take a look at these ways you can access T&EOs. In each case, a CAC login is required. Whether you access your T&EO through ATN, DTMS, or CATS, they all draw from the same database, so the product is the most up-to-date and virtually the same however you get it. Now let's navigate to a collective task training and evaluation outline from ATN. As you can see, this is the ATN homepage. To get to a T&EO, the search is right on the front page, right here under Search for Tasks, T&EOs. The user can enter different search criteria. For example, a user can search the task by title, by task number, and also do a keyword search if the title or the number is not known. For example, let's enter the word attack. Search results come up relatively quickly. As you can see on the left-hand side of the screen are the actual task titles along with the task numbers. On the right-hand side you can see the source of that task. For example, here we have an Army Universal Task List task and a UTL task. We also have Universal Joint Task List tasks, UJTLs. Now let's go ahead and scroll through. We also have individual tasks that happen to have that term attack in it, more individual tasks, and now we start looking at collective tasks. Let's take a look at this collective task, attack by fire, task number 07-1-1000. Just simply click on it. What comes up is the training and evaluation outline for that particular task. It starts with the task number, the task title, the type of task, the proponent, the conditions under which the task should be trained, the standards that should be met, and before we scroll down, you can also print the T&EO by just clicking on the Print tab at the top of the screen. Some other important information regarding the task, any safety notes that the user needs to refer to. Also, any environmental protection comments that apply to this task. And as we scroll down, we get into the performance steps. These are the steps that reflect the Army standard for this particular task. These are the standards that the user must attain in order to be training to the Army standard. Further down, we get into performance steps where the evaluator can mark these as a go or no-go based on the Army standard. A little tabulation box where numbers of iterations can be tallied. And as we scroll down further, we get into any other required and needed supporting products to do this task. We also have supporting individual tasks that support the collective task. We also have drills that apply to this collective task, and any other supporting collective tasks that are noted. You'll also find other resources in the training and evaluation outline as required. In closing, training and evaluation outlines are your only source for collective and individual task evaluation and proficiency measures. This completes this tutorial.